with the car recordings, it's gonna be like a little noisy, but here I am. My thoughts are jumbled up, and like for me the best way to put them into order or to get clarity out of them is for me to speak out loud. So here we go. This past week has been such an emotional week, and I'm a little perplexed at the fact that I am feeling deeply and moved to like instant tears, as well as like physically my body is aching in certain ways. So like, for example, I had 3 crowns. I've been crowned. I have 3 crowns in my mouth right now, and I just got my temporaries out, and they just put my permanent ones in. And that experience, when they took out the cold air, the exposure of what I felt just like instantly started to make me shake, and they numbed me up, thank God, but instantly I started crying, my body started shaking, and like I started to have this inner dialogue of like, woe is me. Anyhow, I've been having external and internal experiences that have caused me to literally cry and ache inside of my body. And it's funny because usually around this cycle of the moon that I am in, which is the waxing to first quarter moon, so we're in like the first quarter moon growing into the full moon, usually this cycle really energizes me, and I'm able to like really I am really able to like grow in my confidence and sharpen my skills and get like really focused and clear. And it's just funny because like this cycle has caused me to like it looks funny when I say that. This cycle has caused me to like purge extra, I don't know how to explain it. You know, like when you dust something and then like all the dust goes into the air, and then like if you wait a little bit, a little bit more, that dust will like come back down, and then like you can grab a cloth that's moist or has like something on it to like do a second do-over. And I feel like my emotions in my body, it's just like I thought I purged as per the cycle, and it just seems like I am in another like purging moment. It's been like 4 weeks of this. The best way I can like relate to myself and experience is this is like the emotions that I feel is along like the same experience that I've had when I was pregnant, like a happy commercial, sad commercial, a not getting my cheeseburger commercial, like anything would just like yank on my emotions. So not only am I like feeling that inwardly, like there's other things going on the outside that I'm having work done, or things I need to navigate in my life. So like another example of where I'm feeling some pain, it's more like emotional. And I'm turning this way because like maybe I should record my mouth being silly. I kind of just like want to talk a little bit about where I'm at today. And today is the first day of spring. So it is March, is it the 19th? I think it's the 19th. It don't matter. It is the first day of spring in 2024. And I woke up this morning from like a horrible dream of where I felt like I was out of control and I didn't have safety and I didn't have options, and it was almost like I had to go and do something that was like against my will. And the dream doesn't really make much sense, but I remember the feeling. But in the dream, I needed to leave like an island and cross over back into onto another island. But I was with my kids, and on this island that I was on at the moment, I had to put my kids into a car seat. How does this, I'm going to tell the story. I know it's not going to make sense. In this boat that would take us, or canoe, or sea-doo, or whatever it was almost like a slingshot type of vehicle that was like a boat. And I had to buckle my kids into it in the car seat, and it was like this intense buckling. It wasn't just like a one buckle, it was like a bunch of little clasps. And my fear is that like if we sink or if we go underwater, I'm not going to be able to unbuckle both my kids in a fast manner, and that they would like drown and die. And like that was like the fear. And so in my dream, I attempted to get on, I buckled my kids in, we got on the boat, and when we went into the water, my kids were up to here in water, and like the rest of the boat was underneath. And I said, fuck this. I got my kids out of the boat. I said, we're not taking that. We're gonna fly, or whatever our other options are. But there weren't any other options. This was my only option. And also, I'm very terrified in my dreams about water because I experience creatures coming up and getting me from below. So anyways, I didn't get to resolve the dream. I just remember like waking up feeling cornered, as though I didn't have an option. I was trapped, and in order to get what I wanted, I had to do things against my will and like go into my fears. And in a sense, my fear was logical. Like we're going to drown if we take this boat. So I had to like come up with another way, trying to be smart and also surrender to the process. So anyways, I wake up and I kind of like feel off, and I kind of feel ungrateful that I feel off because it's the first day of spring and I have been truly anticipating and celebrating the blessings of winter and the lessons that it's taught me, as well as goodbye. I will see you next time, winter. I believe that I am fully ready for spring. So when I woke up this morning, I felt a little ungrateful because my mood was like different based on the dream. Kind of woke up with a headache too, and then that dissipated. And so I got up, and it's just me by myself in my house. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm a little rattled. I would like to collect myself. So I fixed myself a little bit of coffee, and I decided that I was just gonna like journal or read. I knew that I had like a dentist appointment in like 2 hours from the time I woke up, and I knew that was gonna be a little bit of a trifling moment. And so I was like just relaxing into my day and preparing. And then it reminded me that I needed to schedule my daughter's surgery. My daughter, short story, she went to an ENT, and I had her ears checked because I noticed like some symptoms of her ear not being able to drain, and I was correct, and they told us that she needs ear tubes. Well, I had to call this morning and schedule a surgery, and I hit so many bumps along the way where it was like $500, then call this person, and then call this person, and we accept your insurance, but you haven't met your deductible. And it's like this whole insurance and money and surgery is like in this category that reminded me of my dream where I need the surgery for my daughter. Like, that's what they told me. And I can see that my daughter is struggling to drain, and those tubes would make a big difference. But I'm having to like, I've been waiting for insurance, and I got my insurance so we could schedule the appointment and have insurance be a part of that journey instead of just paying out of pocket. And then it ends up me having to pay out of pocket. So I'm like really confused. And on top of that, the doctor, the ENT doctor who said that my daughter needs surgery, I kind of got like an icky vibe from him. I didn't, something's off. And that's like their own personal thing. So I started to cry because once again, I felt cornered. I was like, my daughter needs this. I've been patiently waiting for insurance. And like at this point, it doesn't even matter if I have insurance at this point because I'm supposed to be paying out of pocket. It's all so confusing. So now I need to like apply myself and push past this thought and fear and emotional tie. I feel stupid. I feel like I'm supposed to be taking care of my daughter, but I don't even know like how I'm gonna get all the information, and am I being scammed? Am I being wise? And it's like, it reminded me of my dream a lot. And so I made my first phone call. I pushed past that fear. I'm collecting all the information, and I took my first step in a direction that literally intimidates me and makes me feel a certain way about myself that's not very encouraging. So I did my first step. I do have like a couple more steps to take in that journey, but I decided like there is no rush. I will make another call later. I'm gonna have to like call my insurance and see if they can help walk me through it. And that's the other thing that's kind of hard for me, is asking for help. And so I feel stupid when I'm like, oh, I don't understand this. Can you repeat that? And it takes me a couple minutes to have things implement and make sense. So then after I made, my mouth is starting to, I'm feeling the sensation. So I made the phone calls and all good intentions to plan the surgery, which I wasn't able to plan. So I had to put that on pause and sit with that, and then get my shoes on and walk out the door to go get my 3 crowns put into my head. So I go in, and I love this dentist. I love all the people there. They're super kind, super caring. I feel very comfortable and safe there. I get there, I have 3 crowns that are being put in, so they take out the temporaries. And as soon as they took out the temporaries, oh my God. The most intense shooting, electrical, sensitive to not even the touch, just the breathing. It was so sensitive. I just started crying. And that was hard because I'm usually like, yeah, that's a whole nother story. So anyways, I start feeling once again out of control. I don't really have an option at this point. I need my teeth in. So the doctor comes in, I'm tears and all. And he's like, let me numb you up so you don't feel anything, and let's get these teeth in so the process can take its place. I am shaking. And the medicine kicks in, and it's like in and out of there as quick as possible. And the whole time I was there, I was just like examining any emotions that wanted to arise, and honoring the fact that I can handle difficult and challenging things. Honoring the fact that this is just a moment, that this will pass. And also acknowledging the timing of everything that has just happened in one morning. And like how much inner work and things that I pray for and that I'm manifesting for, that this is all part of it. It's not just receiving the manifestation, it's the journey of clearing out the space within myself to receive more. And something that stuck with me, and I hope I can do justice to what they said. And I'm not gonna try to like explain it. I'm just gonna say it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, meh. Wasn't for you. She said that people believe and pray for the manifestation of like $1 million. And then she said, but question and look within yourself. Do you have space to carry the energetic vibration of a millionaire? What is it that makes up a millionaire? And it's not just the money, it's who they influence and what they are and what they believe that they're capable of and what they believe that they deserve, regardless if you're a good or a bad person. They have space within themselves to be a millionaire. And I can say, like, I am on this journey of course, who doesn't want millions of dollars? I'm sure there's some people, but you get what I'm saying. For myself, I would love an infinite well of money so I could like do what I gotta do when I gotta do it, the abundance, but like having that abundance translate into like some dollar bills so then I can like exchange it for some moments. But right now I'm in this moment of, I'm literally paying to be purged. And where I'm at right now, it's beautiful because we're stepping into the next chapter, which is spring. I'm a spring baby. My birthday's coming up. And I'm excited for this chapter. And I feel like I just like did my homework last minute. Like the test is due tonight and you did like all of it this morning. Even though it's not true, I constantly every day work on myself, but like I feel like this purge inside me was just like a big clusterfuck this morning. So I think I'm just gonna like vibe and flow throughout the rest of the day and step into spring and honor spring in the season. And I think I just might do some editing and actually like put myself out there. I think I'm ready. I think I'm excited to see like what today's clearing produces in the future, and I'm so excited to like reflect on this video and like see the little pieces and little steps and little like, you know, puzzle pieces that made the whole picture. Right now I'm just working in my corner of my puzzle, and I'm excited to like jump back in time, see this video, and like look at that little corner that I was working on, knowing that like in hindsight, here's the big picture and I remembered this little moment in my life. So yeah, contrast, baby, contrast.